Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we are going to discuss about transformation of sentences part 2. In the last class we had discussed about different types of sentences and also the process what is called transformation of sentences. And I hope you have gone through the first part. Moving on to the second part of the session, I would like to add that we are going to see how to convert a positive statement into a negative one. Okay, so that's exactly why we had discussed what are the different types of sentences, okay, in the prior class. I hope you remember all those sentence types. We had assertive or declarative, interrogative, imperative and exclamatory sentences. Okay, so let's see what are the difference, what you have to keep in mind if you want to convert or if you want to transform a positive sentence into a negative sentence. Okay, so of course when this very word negative comes to in our mind, we know that we have to make use of the words which denotes negative. Am I correct? So I believe the first word that will be coming into your mind will be not, N-O-T, or the contracted form of not. Okay, and similarly you have to make use of, okay, according to the nature of the sentence, you have to make use of neither nor, never, okay, not, etc. So let's see how you can transform positive statements into negative ones. Okay, so first of all, I would like to draw your attention to how the verb actually appears inside a sentence. So if you just look onto the nature of the verb inside a sentence, usually we have auxiliary verbs inside a sentence. Other than these auxiliary verbs, we have main verbs. Okay, so these are the two nature of existence of verbs inside a statement. For example, if I say she is a teacher, we have is over here. Is the verb in the sentence and is an auxiliary verb. Okay, and I hope you know what are the different auxiliary verbs. Okay, is, was, am, okay, then are, has, have, will, would, shall, should, may, might. Now all these, can, could, all these are examples of auxiliary verbs or helping verbs. Okay, so we know that a verb is actually used to, of course, denote an action inside a sentence, and at the same time it can also express the state of being, okay, of the subject. For example, in that sentence that we just shared, she is a teacher, is actually helps to represent the state of the subject over here. Am I correct? She is a teacher. So what you have to keep in mind is this: if you have an auxiliary verb inside a statement, as in the case of this sentence, she is a teacher, then you have to make use of not after the auxiliary. Okay, so the positive sentence is she is a teacher. The negative sentence will be she is not a teacher. Okay, then likewise, if you have main verb inside a particular sentence, for example, he likes cricket. Okay, he likes cricket. So over here, what is the verb? He is the subject. Likes. Okay, only like has this V1, V2 and V3 form. Am I correct? You can identify a verb like that. Likes. He likes cricket. Just because he is a singular subject, we have to make use of S together with the V1 form. That's why we have he likes. Okay, such a combination coming in between. So what you have to remember is the very word likes, okay, the verb form, it can be converted into, it actually has another form called dislike. And I hope when you have studied how to make questions, you have studied these inbuilt structures of each and every verbs. Okay, if it is like, that can be again written as do like. Okay, They like cricket. If the sentence is they like, then the like over there can be split into do like. Okay. Over here, our sentence is he likes. So the likes over here can be split into does like. Are you getting it? And if it is liked, if the past tense is being used, he liked cricket, then liked can be split into did like. So you by heart all these. Okay, if it is they like, it will be do like. He likes, does plus like. Then if it is liked, he liked, then did plus like. Remember, did plus like. If you are taking that do, did or does part out of the verb, it has to be added with the V1 form. So that's why we are making use of like, okay, everywhere. So you remember, so what you have to do is, we are actually talking about how to transform a positive sentence into a negative one. So in the case of main verbs, if the sentence has a main verb, over here we are considering he likes cricket, okay, or he plays cricket, she sings a song, okay, she dances well, okay. In all these cases we have does and V1 form. Okay, so does and V1, that is the first case that you have to consider. He likes will be he does like. Okay, so if you are making use of, if you are transforming it into the negative, you have to add a not after does. Okay, so the sentence will be he does not like cricket. So go for liking. So go for adding not after do, does or did. Okay, so that way you can transform the positive sentence he likes cricket into the negative one he does not like cricket or he doesn't like cricket. Are you getting it? I hope that is clear. Moving on to the case of commands and request. For example, open the door, please close the door, etc. Okay, so we have open the door, a command over here, please close the door, a request over here. Let's see how you can convert those statements into a negative one. So what you have to remember is inside a command, for example, close the door. So in that statement there is no subject, no. So we assume the subject as you, because if you are commanding somebody, the second person, okay, that person is being involved. So you is taken as the subject of commands and request. Remember that, by heart it. Okay, in the case of commands and request, we consider you as the subject. Okay, so remember, if you have to make use of you as the subject among do, does, okay, etc., would you have to make use of do? Okay, because do is that very word which goes with the plural subjects. Okay, does actually goes with the singular subjects. So he, she, it, everybody, okay, boy, girl, all singular subjects, it will go with the does. Are you getting it? Or singular verb forms. And I, you, they, we. By hearted, I, you, they, we. Okay, all these are plural subjects. They take the case of do. Okay, when you are writing a sentence, of course in present tense. Are you getting it? In past tense we have did, and did actually goes with the singular and plural subjects. Are you getting it? So you remember all these things. First case is this: if you are making use of this command and request, you want to convert it into negative. Am I correct? For that you have to add a negative element. The selection of the negative element, okay, whether you have to make use of do not, does not or did not, that is the case. Okay, and over here close the door, that is the case. Then what you have to remember is you is assumed as a subject over here. Just because you is implied, okay, you have to pick do not. Okay, do because you is the subject. Okay, and not because we have to convert that close the door into what a negative sentence. Are you getting it? I hope that is clear. So as we have discussed, the answer will be close the door. If we convert it into negative, do not close the door. Okay, open the window, do not open the window. So that will be, you have to add not after do. Okay, go for choosing do, assuming you as the subject. Then what about in the request? Okay, please close the door. So you have to write, do not close the door, please. Okay, please open the door. Do not open the door, please. So if you are making use of commands and request and you want to transform positive sentence into the negative one, you have to remember this. We assume you as the subject. Just because you is a plural subject, you have to combine it with the do. Okay, that is the rule. Singular subject with does and plural subject with do when we are considering do and does. Okay, so you have to make it into negative, so do not. You have to add do not. Do not close the door. Do not close the door, please, if it is a request. And I hope that is clear. Moving on to how to convert questions into a negative form. So if you have a question with an auxiliary verb in it, for example, is he a teacher? You have to by heart that you have to add a not after the subject. So is he a teacher? What is the subject over here? He. Is he. Okay. Is he a teacher? The negative form will be is he not a teacher? Okay. Then again, does he like football? Does he like football? The negative form will be does he not like football? Can you write English well? Can you not write English well? Okay. Do you sing a song? Do you not sing a song? So these are this is how you have to convert a positive statement into a negative one. So I hope what we have discussed right now are pretty clear with you. We have just discussed how to transform positive statement into negative ones. We discussed the first case, which is the normal statements, where you have to add not or the contracted form of it with auxiliary. If you have a sentence with an auxiliary verb in it, okay, you have to add a not after the auxiliary. Then if you have the main verb inside the sentence, what you have to do is you have to check whether what is the form of the verb. If it is likes or plays or dances, then you have to make use of does. If it is like, play, dance, then you have to make use of do. If it is like to play, to dance, then you have to make use of did. Okay, and the transformed sentence will be he likes cricket, he does not like cricket. Okay, then you can again make a sentence into negative. Especially if you have a sentence with more than one object, you can make use of never, not at all, neither nor, etc. to convert or to transform a sentence into a negative one. We had also discussed the case of commands and requests, where you have to assume you as a subject. Just because we take you over here, we can only consider do, just because do always goes with the plural subjects and you is a plural subject. Okay, and not after that, do not. Okay, then when moving on to the questions, what you have to do is you have to add a not after the subject inside the question. Is he a teacher? Is he not a teacher? So as simple as that. I hope that is clear. Wait for our next class.